welcome to Gera's Crazy World. And if you haven't guessed by now, I'm Gera, duh. And I am coming at you guys today with a story time. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So this situation actually happened during my senior year in high school. So I went to one of my friend's house after school. It was the day before Thanksgiving. I went to one of my friend's house after school to get my hair done. And it took her a while to do it. And so after she finished, it was late. My mom couldn't pick me up because my mom, she cooks Thanksgiving dinner the day before. So we're not like the traditional Thanksgiving type of family. We don't cook Thanksgiving dinner that morning and wait for everybody to come that night to eat. My mom cooks Thanksgiving dinner the night before. And that morning, when we wake up on Thanksgiving morning, we can eat Thanksgiving for breakfast. My mom was still cooking Thanksgiving dinner, and so I decided to take the Metro Rail home. So I live in this part of Miami called Overtown. For all y'all tourists out there, Overtown is basically right next to Wynwood, the art district, where you guys like to come and party at. Yeah, they got y'all in the hood, and y'all just don't even know it. So that's the area that I live in, and I was staying there during that time. So I come home, and like, we have been living in this building for years. And so everybody in that building is like family to each other. So everybody knows each other. Everybody, for the most part, is cool. And just like every other family, we argue, but at the end of the day, we always make up and everybody is good. So I come inside the building, and I'm about to go upstairs to my mom's apartment, and my neighbor's son was like, "Hey, Gera, go get your mom. She about to fight." And I was like, what? Because that didn't seem like my mom. My mom is not a fighter anymore. Like, she is very mature. She's more of the let's talk it out. She's a Christian woman. Like, words can solve any problem that you have. So there's no need for us to fight. Well, when I got upstairs, my mama was ready to throw some blows, okay? So her and my neighbor, we're going to call her Miss Cupcake. Her and my neighbor, Miss Cupcake, was in a heated argument. So I get upstairs. I'm like, Mom, what's going on? Like, she was like, oh, Miss Cupcake said that I was stealing out her house while she was away. So, mind y'all, Miss Cupcake had just got out of jail because she was in jail because she had gotten into an altercation with someone else in the neighborhood. They, had a public dispute. They were fighting in the street, so they sent her to jail, of course. So, I was like, Miss Cupcake, my mom would never do something like that to you. Like, my mom would never steal from you. So, she was like, yes, she did, Gera. She cleaned me out. She cleaned me out, Gera. She cleaned me out. So, soon as she said that, at this time, I'm like, okay, Miss Cupcake is in the sky flying with the pigeons right now. Like, she up there in the kite, with the kites in the air. Like, she with the planes. She probably on Southwest. That's how high she was. So, Miss Cupcake was a rock monster. She was a little crackhead, but she was a functional one. Like, you couldn't tell she was one because she always kept her place clean. She always kept herself clean. She always dressed nice. And for the most part, she was well put together. But at this time, she was high. So my mom was like, Cupcake, I would never do something like that to you. And for you to accuse me of doing something like that, that shows me, like, how you feel about me and, the judgment of my character. Sorry, y'all, my cat. So my mom was like, listen, I went to your place one time, and that's when you asked me to go in there to get some stuff for you while you were away. And I gave that stuff to your friend so that your friend can help bond you out of jail. So she was like, no, you came in here, you stole all my jewelry, you cleaned me out, you cleaned my apartment out. So my mom was like, listen, if you say one more time that I came in there and stole from you, I'm about to go off. So she was like, I know you did it. Couldn't be nobody else. It had to be you. Next thing you know, my mom started throwing blows. Boom, boom, boom. They started fighting. So, pause. My mom smokes her turkey every year on a smoker grill. So at this point, the turkey was off the grill, and my mom had the top off because she was letting the smoker cool off. Play. They were fighting. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing I know, my mom grabs the grill and just goes ham on Miss Cupcake with the grill. Boom, boom, boom. Hit her in the head with the body part of the freaking smoker. I'm like, oh my God, Mom, stop. And I'm yelling to my mom to stop, stop, stop. And she wouldn't stop. So that last time that she hit Miss Cupcake with the grill, Miss Cupcake pushed the grill back, and it flew into our neighbor's window and broke their whole living room window. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So at this time, they stopped fighting. Miss Cupcake ran in her house. She came back out, and I heard somebody say, she got a gun. So I grabbed my mom and drug her in the house, and then I hear gunshots. Boom, 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 like that. So, of course, we live in Overtown, which is not the best place to live in Miami, okay? So, if somebody hear gunshots, they definitely calling the police. So, somebody called the police, and the police came very fast because they already be in that area, you know, monitoring and stuff. The police came. They went to Miss Cupcake house because everybody downstairs was like, hey, she got a gun, she got a gun, she was shooting. So Miss Cupcake would not come outside. They kept saying, ma'am, drop the weapon, come outside, or we're going to force ourselves in. So she was like, no, it wasn't me, it was her. She has the gun, she was shooting at me. So they was like, ma'am, you have to come outside. So she finally came outside, and and they took her and put her inside the police car. So then they came and knocked at my mom's door, and I was like, we are not coming outside. My neighbor was just shooting at my mom. And so he was like, we've detained your neighbor, but we need you to come outside because we have to speak to you. So I was like, okay. So me and my mom went outside. And so they were like, ma'am, she said that you had a gun and that you were shooting at her, so we have to take you down to the station to dust your fingers for gunpowder. So my mama was like, y'all can go ahead and take me wherever y'all want to take me. Y'all ain't gonna get nothing but the seasoning from this turkey. So he was like, and I was like, can I ride with her? Like, I didn't want her to go downtown by herself. So he was like, sure. So they took us in a police car and they took us downtown. So if y'all ever watched the First 48 and they be in Miami, they took us to that building, the First 48 building. Inside that little office where they be like talking to people and interviewing them, and they had like the little camera. You don't know the camera in there, but I mean, we know because we watched the show. And so they had us in there, and they were like, we have to speak to your mom alone. We need you to step out. So I said, okay. So I stepped out. They spoke to my mom, asked her what happened, and then she came out. And so then when she got out, she came to me and was like, we have to go to the restroom. So the man was like, okay. So we went to the restroom together. How crazy. So she was like, don't tell them that I hit Cupcake first, but you can tell them what happened, but don't tell them I hit Cupcake first. So I was like, okay, girl, you know I got your back. So we went back in. They questioned me. I told them the story, what happened, that I had just got home. And the whole situation was already, you know, at fumes by the time I got there. So they ended up letting my mom go, and we came home. And so they ended up keeping Miss Cupcake because, one, she was out on bond. Two, she got into another situation while she was out on bond. So they ended up keeping her for the whole Thanksgiving weekend until she was able to see a judge on Monday, and then they released her. So with that being said, needless to say, my mom was able to be home on Thanksgiving, feed her family, and she wasn't in jail because then we would have been some hungry children. And we had a wonderful Thanksgiving. So after that whole situation, nobody in the building dealt with Miss Cupcake no more, because everybody knows, like, my mom is the sweetest, nicest person ever. She feeds everybody in the neighborhood. She'll give you the clothes off her back. Like, that's just how she is. And so Miss Cupcake ended up finding out later that it wasn't my mom who had stole the stuff out of her house, but it was her other little crackhead friends that was taking stuff out of her house. And she tried to come and apologize to my mom. And my mom was like, you know, I forgive you, but I would never deal with you again. Like, this relationship is done. Like, you cut off the family. Like, we're done with you. And so later on, actually a couple months later, she ended up coming home, and her husband had kicked her out of the house because he found out she was cheating. He threw all her stuff over the banister, like her clothes, everything. So when she came home and she came in the building, she seen that, she was just like, I can't believe you guys let him do that. Y'all sat down and let him throw my stuff out. Ain't nobody called me, ain't nobody tell you nothing. And everybody in the building was looking at her like, we don't deal with you no more, so that's your problem, not ours. Like, we was team Omar, like we was team her husband. We want nothing to do with her no more, so that was on her. So yeah, guys, it was crazy. I told y'all, crazy stuff always happening to me and my family. But anyways, that was the time that my mama almost went to jail on Thanksgiving. So don't forget to like this video, comment below, and subscribe, okay, to my channel. And also, guys, y'all gotta talk to me. I'm gonna do my best to post more content, but I need to know that y'all out there watching. So let me know what's going on, okay? Until next time, bye.